50. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I run New York.
Hello, and welcome to Arlette Abroad, the third episode, the scholarship episode. Now, for this episode, I'm going to explain to everyone how I made my semester abroad for free. And no, it wasn't the lottery. It was scholarships. From the passport to the plane ticket, it was all covered by generous scholarships. So, if you're looking for a semester abroad like me, here's how you can do it. The budget. Okay, so once we concluded that I needed money, a lot of money to go abroad, my study abroad advisor and I drafted a budget. And this budget includes everything that you would see on your regular breakdown of the cost of tuition, like your room and board, books and fees, tuition, all of that. And also my passport fee, airfare, all of that. So the budget was resourceful in that it kept my mind concentrated on how much money I needed to get to go abroad for the free 99. So the search for scholarships. Okay, so when it comes to scholarships, there are billions out there, and I mean billions. If you're Black, if you're Hispanic, if you're left-handed, if you're in-state, out-of-state, journalism, STEM, engineering, you name it, it's out there. So study abroad scholarships are very detailed. Most study abroad scholarships require that you go abroad for at least a semester, if not a year or longer. If you're going on like a short study abroad trip, like a summer or a week or two, you may not find as many scholarships. And great scholarships to look out for are scholarships like Phi Kappa Phi, the Gilman Scholarship, Diversity Abroad, and your school might even offer study abroad scholarships, A&T. And also, don't be afraid to apply for scholarships that are for students who are continuing their semesters at their home institution. I applied for scholarships that were for junior journalism students. I applied for scholarships that were for students who were continuing semesters at A&T. So you don't have to just look for study abroad scholarships. You can look for any scholarship that you qualify for. So for me, being a journalism student, writing comes naturally. But if writing isn't really your thing, it's totally fine. Here's some ways that I think you can pull out a great essay, even if you're not the best writer in the world. Check them out. Okay, so act like you're doing an ABC interview. So Ms. Hawkins, thank you for having us on your show. Why should we qualify you for this scholarship? We are very well aware of your talents and accolades, but please tell us more. Thank you for having me. I think I'm the best candidate for this scholarship because I have aspirations to go abroad. I've been studying Spanish since the 6th grade, and merging that with my interest in journalism would only benefit not only myself, but the students who I inspire abroad and when I come back. I know that knowledge is power, and I want to share that power with my friends when I come back. I want to see what they do abroad that they don't do here, and how I can incorporate that when I return. Thank you. If the prompt has multiple questions, use each question as a paragraph in your paper. So always start with your introduction and then answer the first question in the first paragraph, second paragraph, be the second question, and so forth and so on. Conclusion, bam, there's your paper. Quotes are a great way to open a paragraph or a paper, a great way to kind of get your point across if you're kind of having troubles getting the words out, and a great way to close your paper. Write a little bit, let it sit, and then review it with fresh eyes. Lastly, and most importantly, write from your heart. You don't want to sound like a robot, unless you are one. But I'm speaking to humans, so write from your heart. If you have a really compelling story that you think people need to hear, write about it. If there's like this aha moment as to why you're doing what you're doing, write about it. Kind of evoke your personality in your paper, but also use that educated vocabulary that you gained while you're in school. Once you are done with this masterpiece we call a paper, get anyone to review it. Well, people who are good at writing. So for me, I got my friends to review it. I got my advisor to review it. I even went to the newspaper and got the editors over there to review it. My mom, my cousins, anybody who was willing. and make sure that they can understand your message as well, because it's one thing for you to write something and you to understand it, but if someone who's reviewing your paper doesn't understand it, how do you expect the judges to understand it? So make sure that, okay, now that we have the paper out the way and we're ready to send off our scholarship, quadruple check that you have everything that is required of the scholarship: letter of recommendation, application, paper, transcript, anything else that they may require. Quadruple check. If it is a mail-in scholarship, at least, or at most, mail it in a week before the due date. And if you're like me and you have a habit of sending it in a couple days before, make sure it's always postmarked before the day it's due. Normal scholarship. If you have any questions about any part of the scholarship, don't be afraid to ask. No question is a dumb question, and that also opens you up to network with who the scholarship is coming from, so they can kind of keep your name out there. You know, I remember Arlette, she asked me a question, she's really interested. Okay, thank you notes. So even if they're not required, send one. These people, this organization, this foundation, whoever, they're giving you money to get where you want to go, for you to follow your dream. So the least you can do is write a thank you note. And even if you can't mail one, maybe email or give them a call, a point of contact, something to let them know that you greatly appreciate their contribution to your endeavors. Invite them to also keep up with you while you're abroad. And all of my thank you notes, I'll let them know where my blog is, and you never know who you're helping. Maybe their niece or cousin or someone else who wants to get abroad. So that's it when it comes to scholarships. There's no secret. There's no cheat sheet. Really, I just follow this and pray about it and wait to see what happens. So again, if you like what you hear, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat at only_Arlette. My email is a.danielle.hawkins@gmail.com. And please don't think I have college paid for. I'm still applying to scholarships. I just finished one about an hour ago, and I'll probably still be doing them while I'm abroad. So if you need any help with anything, hit me up. If you are trying to get abroad, there are a number of resources again, and I guess I'm one of them. I know a little bit about what I'm doing, not much. Yeah, and that's it for this episode of Arlette Abroad. I will be leaving in 2 weeks. Happy New Year.